So far, we've gone over named CSS colors, hexadecimal to represent CSS colors, but believe it or not, there are even more ways to represent colors. In this video, we're going to learn about the RGB, which stands for red, green, blue, syntax. So right off the bat, as an example, we know that we could type black as black, #0000000, or 000. But with RGB, we actually would represent it as RGB, parentheses, and then 0, 0, 0. And it's all the same thing. We can represent white with RGB as 255, 255, 255. Now you're probably wondering, what happened to 15 or F? With RGB, we're representing from 0 to 255, that's 256 total values, the amount of red, green, and blue that are present in a color. Obviously, expanding from 1 to 15 or 0 to 15 to 0 to 255 means that we have more granularity over the amount of colors available. For instance, red in this new format is 25500 for full red. Blue would be 0, 0, 255, and green would be 0, 255, right? If we know that red is 25500 and blue is 00255, purple would be 128, 128. 50% red, 50% blue. Okay. Now, RGBA takes this to even a more precise level, adding an alpha channel. So we can represent red, for instance, in RGBA as 255,001. And that means there is no transparency. If we want it to be fully transparent, we put a 0 there, which is practically invisible. 0.5, of course, is 50% transparent, 0.75 being 75%, all the way back up to 1, which is no transparency at all. As an example, I'm going to break this out, and I'm going to give main a background color. This is a little peek into the next video of red. And then I'm going to give main text color, represented just by the word color, RGBA of 255, 255, 255, 1. So that's no transparency, white. But watch what happens when I set that to 0.5. Now some of that red is bleeding through. Now it's 50% white, 50% of the background color behind it. 7.5 will make it a little whiter with less red bleeding through. We're going to play with this transparency even more in the next video when we talk about background colors. Now, notice here that I used a mixture of a named color here with red and RGB values below. And that is okay. Sometimes it's going to be faster to use named colors. But when you need greater precision, you pull out hexadecimal colors or RGB. I've kept our web colors up here on the Wikipedia page where you'll see the RGB values next to the named and hexadecimal values. So, like we just saw with purple, I could say purple, or hex of 80, 0, 0, 80, or an RGB of 128, 0, 128. That's right, hexadecimal colors can be more than just 00, 33, 66, 99, CC, and FF. We can go even deeper. For Indigo, you notice we have 4B0082. This opens us up to a world full of millions of colors, as does RGB. And we're going to take a look at that in 2 more videos when we talk about color theory. So I will see you guys back here in a minute to talk about the world of background colors and how to achieve some pretty amazing effects.